What's good, everybody? What's good? It's Big Game James. I'm back in the building. I'm going to do a quick little video of a possible move that's going to happen with the Dallas Cowboys. We heard in the air tonight or today that Tyron Smith, let's just pull it up. I don't want to do all that talking. I'll just pull it up right quick. Tyron Smith with a possible move to right tackle. Let me get that up right here. And, we've been hearing, we saw Jason Peters. We saw him at right tackle finish out the drive, that 98-yard drive. He played very admirably. Now Tyron Smith is going to be back in the building. So now we're hearing that they were practicing him at right tackle. So I'm wait for this to come up. Let's see where is it at. There we go. There we go. So, per Michael Gilkin, our famed Cowboys guy, this is what he had to say. This was at practice. Tyron Smith is expected to play and possibly start at right tackle Sunday versus the Jaguars, first time since his 2011 rookie season. The longtime left tackle looks ambidextrous in practice. That's the key word, ambidextrous. Ambidextrous, you know what that means? You can use both. You can use your left or you can use your right. You can use your right or you can use your left. When you can be ambidextrous, you're a beast because nobody can't never ever figure out, and you're versatile. So that's what we like hearing. Now, this is what we're going to talk about when they were saying, well, possible Zach Martin at right tackle. Remember, he played it in 2020. He did a damn good job. He played, I believe, a little bit in college. He played left tackle in college as well. But obviously, he balked at that move. Wanted Terrence Steele to really grow up, and he did. And now we're at where we're at right now. And I think one of the reasons why they're kicking Tyron Smith at right tackle, is because, number one, Tyler Smith is cutting his teeth at left tackle. He's doing damn good. I mean, obviously, he's a rookie. He's going through his rookie pains, and you'll wonder about it as the last 4 games, even playoffs. But you have good flexibility right there because now you still have Jason Peters, who is going to be on your bench. So he's your flex guy. And you really don't want to go out there with a 40-year-old right tackle, even though he did play 15 games last year for the Chicago Bears, and that's why I thought he would be okay. But this is why I said I feel more the Tyron Smith move than the Jason Peters move, and this is why. Let me pull this up. All right, this is Jason Peters' numbers right here. Okay. And this is his whole career numbers. Dude's done played a long time. He's 40 years old, okay? So he's got 7 more years on Tyron Smith. So right there, you would say we're going to put Tyron Smith there before him because he's 7 years younger. Even though he's been injury prone, is pretty much the last 6-7 years of his career. He's coming back and he should be healthy. Wasn't a back injury, it was a hamstring, so that can mend. Well, I'm glad it wasn't a back because a back could keep you out all year. But I'm doing all that talking. But look, this is his rookie year at the very bottom. Look at the numbers. 413 snaps at right tackle. 498 snaps at left tackle. He gave up 22 pressures as a whole, really 22 hurries, and 6 hits to the quarterback, 4 sacks, right? But the key was right tackle 413, left tackle 498. So he was playing both sides. He was versatile, but he really, when he came out of school, he was playing both. He wasn't solely one. And that's why I feel like there's a difference. Because when we go to Tyron Smith, here's Tyron Smith's numbers right here. Tyron Smith, his rookie year, these are his numbers right here. And the key thing that stands out to me is, he ain't in no red now. I know we don't go by them grades. Don't go by the grades, but he ain't in that red his rookie year at the right tackle, right? And I said, hey, I don't know if we want him at right tackle because he gave up like 8 sacks his rookie year. But that's okay because this is what I'm going to look at. He's in the green across the board. Run blocking, pass blocking, Wasn't the greatest. Gave up the 8 sacks. Run blocking, he was great. But just look at these numbers right here. These are the total pressures in his whole career, right? But look, he only gave up 20 hurries in his rookie year at right tackle. Look at left tackle. These are all because he went exclusively, because if you pull it all the way over here, he got exclusively nothing but right tackle snaps his rookie year. All right tackle, no left tackle, nothing. Then he went to the left, right? He got 1,000 snaps at right tackle. So it ain't like he ain't did it, right? So that's why I feel more comfortable. Look at the penalties, right? He's been a penalized guy, but it ain't like his penalties were worse when he was at right tackle than when he was at left. Obviously, he gave up the most sacks, but that was his rookie season. But this is what I keep going back to, is the hurries. 20 hurries his rookie year, but at left tackle gave up 36 hurries. Left tackle gave up 27 hurries. Now, obviously, he started becoming that all-pro left tackle and then started dominating. But you see right here, it wasn't terrible. Just those sacks. It wasn't terrible, though. Feel me? He had a 3-sack game against them Eagles. They was pretty doggish. He had a couple, 3-sack games, and I think they were both against the Eagles. For real. But I know that one in particular was a 3-sack game. Oh, I'm sorry. That was 3 sacks he gave up in that season. I apologize. 8 sacks, 3 sacks, and then you've seen the sacks go down, obviously. But so I apologize about that. But the biggest thing that I'm keep on looking at, look at the effectiveness. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. So I can live with it. I can definitely live with it. I'm cool with it. And I think another reason why this move is happening, I'm going to bring this up too. Let's read this right quick. This is when Smith came out of college and was getting drafted. And this is just a scouting report. Now, obviously, adding the weight, we already know all that. But this is what I want to look at. His presence undoubtedly will allow the Cowboys to run more finesse plays to the right side, like screens and counters. Obviously, this is 10 years later, right? But I'm just saying, look at what I'm talking about. Plus, Smith has the experience at right tackle, but left tackle versatility. This will allow the Cowboys to play him on the right side in 2011, gives the team some options in the event they cannot sign Doug Free to a long-term deal. We know about Doug Free. Let's also not forget that Dallas likes the second-year pro Sam Young, but he's only a right tackle only. He did nothing. Since Smith can play either side of the line, he can be the starting swing in 2011. Meaning he starts at the right, but moves to the left in an event for an injury to Free. Thus, he will become both a starter and immediate backup, allowing the Cowboys to keep their best players on the field at their natural positions. That's what stands out to me. Okay? That's what stands out to me. And I don't care what anybody's trying to tell me. Y'all can say all the stuff about Conor McGovern you want to, but Conor McGovern is playing his ass off. He only has one penalty, that crazy fake hold. If you letting him play all game, you should let that one go too. And he's only gave up one penalty, 1 sack. He's had a tremendous year for so many people that were saying he could not play left guard. Oh, he sucks. Put Connor Williams back in there. No, I told y'all, Connor Williams is a good player, and he worked his butt off, and he could play that left side. Obviously, he's a better right guard, but he could play the left guard. And while I'm ending at this, you have versatility. So if you start a Tyron Smith at the right tackle and it comes out in that Jacksonville Jaguars game, you have the versatility with Jason Peters. You have the versatility with Tyler Smith because you can keep him at your left tackle. You can keep Conor McGovern because he's playing very admirably at the left guard. So you don't have to force things. So you can keep Jason Peters rested and you can keep him as your swing. That's the ultimate smart thing. Because let's say if an injury does happen, let's say if Tyron Smith goes down right at right tackle, then you can slide Jason Peters at right tackle, and maybe you can move a Tyler Smith. You know what I'm saying? Because you got options. You can always put a Conor McGovern on the bench if you want, and slide Tyler Smith at left guard, and move Jason Peters at left tackle. There's things you can do. You have multiple ways you can move this alignment. And I think that's a good thing because you have depth. I know everybody doesn't want to see Josh Ball in there, but he's adequate in the run game. He's just not good in that passing game. So you have versatility, you have depth, and so I'm cool with it. They know what they're doing. They're the guys that coach in the NFL. Me, I'm just talking about the Dallas Cowboys, so they know better than me. I'm not an offensive line guy, but me going by what the numbers are and what I seen Tyron Smith do his rookie year, and what I know Tyron Smith as an athlete. You just heard it. He looked ambidextrous. You just read the scouting report saying he could play with both the left and the right. You saw his rookie season play over 1,000 snaps at right tackle, and he only gave up 20 hurries, and that's pretty good considering if you've seen his career. It's steady. It was a little high, but not too much higher than his career years when he was at his elite level. You feel what I'm saying? He's always been a guy to get the flags with the holding and stuff, but I kind of like it. I think it's going to work. I just pray that he comes back fully healthy, and if he can do it. He was ambidextrous. I like hearing that. I think it'll work well, and I just pray that Tyron Smith stays healthy, because if he can stay healthy, he's going to provide a huge boost for this offensive line because we feel better about him. You hate a Terrence Steele coming out, but you don't feel bad if you replace him with a Tyron Smith. So if you got a Tyron Smith next to a Zach Martin, with a Tyler Biadasz, with a Connor McGovern, and a Tyler Smith, you don't feel so bad. And that other line has been doing pretty good. And they were talking about pass pro and pass sets, how it's a problematic. Well, you feel a little bit better if you got Tyron Smith out there protecting that right side than like the Josh Ball and things of that nature. So I think the pass pro will be a little better. So my opinion, I think it's good. I think it definitely can work. The guy has played it. He's a veteran. He's a pro. He's been in the league long enough. He knows what to do. So let's see how it works. Let's get at these Jacksonville Jaguars and let's knock them boys out and get ready for these Philadelphia Eagles and the rest of this end of this season. All right, go check it out.